Cardano is one of the coins that have seen the biggest drops in these recent days. It's actually pretty crazy. The rest of the market has been up only basically for quite some time, but Cardano has been absolutely smacked down at the very beginning of June. And since then, there's been a really nice uptick, especially since these lows over here. If we just discount this low, we've still performed really well here. But Cardano is now at a resistance area. If we take a look at this just with this line right here, we do clearly have this area of resistance sitting at 30 cents for Cardano, and this is quite a long-term area of resistance as well. If we just kind of look back when we were breaking out in 2021, we were finding support here, consolidating here, quite clearly an extremely important area for the market. And if we go back way further than that to 2017, 2018, there's still many interactions with this price level here. So if we're in a downtrend and we're kind of approaching this level, it does beg the question of, is this going to serve as resistance? The last time we came here, it didn't, and the market just kind of shot straight through. This time, we are finding resistance here. So I think this is an interesting situation that Cardano is finding itself in. And it's even more interesting because, Bitcoin is still, pretty bullish. Ethereum is definitely looking pretty bullish right now as well. It's in a similar position to Cardano on this very short-term chart. Yet the difference with Cardano and these other major coins is that once Cardano breaks above this range, it still has more resistance. You see, there's a lot of consolidation here. There's some more key reversal points here. There's much more resistance up in the 36 cents range, and it gets way worse when we hit the 40 cents range, which means that basically if we do get above this area of resistance, there's more challenges for Cardano up ahead, and that's all against the backdrop of a just dying Cardano against Bitcoin. If we look at Cardano against Bitcoin here on this chart, we've lost our most significant area of support on this chart and just really lost it. I mean, this was quite abysmal, just dropping by a third basically within the space of only a few days, and now it is continuing to slide lower. It's at a really good area of support, so if there's any place that we're going to expect some sort of recovery against Bitcoin, it's probably right now. And the problem is that it hasn't happened yet. We've done something, I guess, if we do measure this from our lows to, the high that we set just earlier today, we're up by 6%, or up to this high, we're up by 8%, or up from the major low, we're up by 19%. So it's okay, but it's definitely not moving very much at all. And so, yeah, it is looking like a little bit more of a bearish chart to me. I think if we look at some of our key indicators and take a look at what they're showing, we are in an area of resistance right now as well, and there is more resistance up ahead. So I do want to let you guys know that if you are interested in trading this market, then you can do so actually with the link in the description right here. bingx will allow you to trade all of these markets without KYC, which means no pictures of yourself and no pictures of your ID. And of course, the coolest part about bingx is that if we do look at the markets that you can trade here, you've also got access to stocks, forex, indices, and commodities, all with leverage, all with just a Bitcoin deposit. And again, you still don't need KYC for this, so that is really cool. Bybit remains the best crypto exchange in my opinion, and they are going to be giving you up to $30,000 in free trading ammunition. So when you deposit and start trading using my link down below, you will get up to 30K in free money, and you can make a brand new account if you already have a Bybit account, and you will still get this offer. So really cool there to be able to have that extra ammunition in this market. And I want to talk to you about where I'd be putting it. If I was interested in trading Cardano, which I am, I'd be looking at basically a short up here, is one of the kind of obvious positions. But the reason that I'm not super keen on it is because we've already been rejected once, twice, and now thrice. We're in the middle of our third rejection right now. So, how many rejections can you have until you break the level, right? I think that does mean we might be able to, kind of move up just a little bit more. But again, if we do pull something off like that, we're just going to be encountering a lot of resistance. Here's the daily EMA ribbon, which again, mind you guys, I just want you to keep in mind, did not serve as a problem for Cardano the last time we were down here, so maybe not going to be so significant this time, but it was there, and it is there right now as well. And I think it's quite telling that we're already struggling in this range. If we do get a pump up, there's still going to be quite a bit of resistance up ahead for Cardano, and I think this is something that a lot of people are going to get trapped in, especially I think the people that are going to be quite bullish on this coin, trying to buy it upon this breakout. I think that would be a pretty dangerous idea at a time like this because of all of the resistance piling on in this range. I think the main area that I want to see Cardano get up to is going to be this green box right here that stretches from 38 cents to 42 cents, purely because this is where we've seen the most kind of reversals basically this year. Going back to 2022 for an incredibly long period of time. This price level has been the deciding price level for Cardano. So I think that if Cardano is able to get up here, this is going to be one of our very obvious kind of shorts to take the market a little bit lower. And kind of before we get there, we are just ranging. This is one of our light areas, so I wouldn't want to be putting too many bets on that. I think one thing that I would be looking for is to see if Cardano can get above here and then maybe capture this area as support. This would take a while. This might take a few weeks, so it's not really something we can act on right now. So I think for now, the main thing that I'd be interested in is, I mean, look, you really have to ask yourselves, like, how many times are we just going to blast straight through resistance levels? We did it once before and then we failed, and now we're kind of trying to do it again. Are we going to pull it off again, or is the market getting weaker and is it getting ready to potentially just roll over and collapse from this area of resistance? It really shouldn't be surprising to us if it does, and I think that especially if we just kind of lose like this rough area here, if we kind of fall below 28 cents, this is where things are going to get pretty uncomfortable for Cardano. I think I'm going to make this an orange line almost as a bit of a warning, because if we do look at this, this is basically, yeah, I mean, we can just drag this up a little bit. This is the low that we haven't really fallen below over the last few days here, and I think that if we do lose it, it would be a really strong sign that Cardano is actually losing the progress it's gained, and I think that would be pretty concerning sign, potentially indicating that we could be ready to dive a little bit lower. And these are big drops. I mean, until the next area of support that I'm seeing, which is probably going to be something a little bit like this. This is a fairly big drop. I guess you could say there's some support. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some support in these kind of ranges. It could just come down for a little bit of a deviation and flick back up. But, if it's going to come down and try and find some more significant support, then it's basically only going to be here as far as I'm concerned, and that is the 25 cents area. So that's a pretty sizable drop, and then it gets way worse if we do drop even lower than that. So this is something that I am going to be continuing to keep an eye on in this market, because I do think that there's some some potentially quite juicy kind of opportunities opening up here if Cardano does get smacked down a little bit more here. So there you go, a quick rapid fire analysis video on Cardano. If you are interested in trading it the same way I am, then check these exchanges out with the links in the description down below. You're going to be getting up to over $100,000 in bonuses. And by the way, I do want to highlight OKX to you guys again. This offer is nearly over. It is only running for another 5 days, where you have up to $60,000 in rewards up for grabs. This is a limited time activity, so check them all out with the links in the description down below. BingX and OKX do not require KYC. OKX has some limits, but BingX doesn't, so definitely do check that out if you are interested in using this platform with the privacy flexibilities and stuff like that. And Bybit remains, as I said, the best exchange in the space, with up to $30,000 in free money that they're going to give you to trade with as well, which is a beautiful, beautiful offer. So definitely check them all out, and I'll see you all in the very next video. One note I want to make is that if you are watching this video on the main 𝗬𝗙𝗧𝗏 channel, then you are watching it late. This video has already been published to the daily channel, and you can find the daily channel by clicking on the top link in the description of any YouTube video, and this is where all of my altcoin analysis is posted. So definitely make sure that you're visiting this link in the description, so that you get all this altcoin analysis as it's published without any delays. If you have enjoyed this one, you know what to do. Hit up the like, subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one.